Soybeans turned around on Tuesday to continue the winning streak following USDA's report. Corn, however, went the opposite direction. AgDay's Michelle Rook has more in Markets Now.
Corn ending lower and into contract lows on Tuesday after the WASDE with soybeans seeing a nice gain. And Brian Splitt is joining us with analysis. Brian, let's talk about the corn market. First of all, you had a 1 billion bushel increase in production from last month. How do you think the market handled it?
Michelle, if you have a billion bushel increase in corn production in one single report, I think corn being down roughly 15 cents on the day, it took that news pretty well. And how did we get there? Big jump in acres. That was really something the market didn't anticipate, was that extra 2 million planted acres harvested goes up in kind. And then you have the yield jump to 188.8. That's 4.6% above the 181 trend. So very aggressive adjustments on both.
Do you think this is the biggest yield number that we're going to have for the year, especially because we haven't had any boots on the ground or any field surveys done yet?
Well, I think there's maybe some ideas here already that could be a high yield print just because of how the weather for August, we've seen a dry stretch in a lot of areas. We're going to have some heat come in after this dry stretch. So maybe we're not finishing the crop perfectly like, similar to last year where it dried out a little bit and that took the top end yield off. So I think the carry out right now at a 2.117 is actually only 80 million bushels higher than this same report a year ago, even with the extra yield and the extra acres. So year over year carry out up 80 million bushels with that type of jump in production. I don't know if we need to go a ton lower than we've already been.
Right. So USDA raised soybean yield to 53.6 bushels per acre, which is a record, but ending stocks only 290 million bushels. How bullish is that?
We're now below 300 million bushels because of also a reduction in old crop carry-in. And so if there is start to become a belief that the yield numbers might drop a little bit from this area because of weather, now you're looking at carry out potentially in the mid twos. And that doesn't suggest we should be at $10 beans. We've seen some very strong activity in bean spreads, the November versus every other month, old crop versus new crop. And I think that suggests there's some commercial activity going, and China hasn't bought yet, but that buying is probably around the corner.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, Brian Splitt with agmarket.net. We'll have more Ag Day coming up.
To contact Brian Splitt at Ag Market, call 844-4AG-MARKET or visit their website at www.agmarket.net.
Watch Markets Now with Michelle Rook on the Farm Journal YouTube channel, keeping you updated throughout the day on the markets at the open, midday, and close. Find out what moved the markets today and what to expect the market to do next.